Welcome to Thoughts of the Day, Daily Devotions with Youth with a Mission.
Hey everybody, it's nice to be able to pop in and say hello. This is Becky, and I am coming to you from Clackmannan today. And man, is it really weird? It is, right? Well, I've been checking in with the European leadership for YWAM in this time, and all the things that you're feeling right now, well, you are not alone. And in this waiting, this in-between time, it feels rather like a transition. And it feels like the way you might feel if you're between jobs or waiting for the next thing to happen, or even between locations. You know, we're all very familiar with that feeling of moving between places. And so putting that together with some of the words I've been hearing from folks throughout Europe, and what the Lord's been speaking to some of you, and also with this idea of transition, I just wanted to share something with you that I was reminded of, and it's a teaching you may have heard in DTS about transitions, but I just think it's a really kind of useful device, a useful process to look at when we're talking about going into a transition and transitioning well. And the basic idea is that when you're gonna transition from one place to the next, or one thing to the next, is that you really need to build a good raft to get from one place to the next. It'll help you to navigate that transition. And of course, it's an acronym, and I'm just going to talk through what the different things of RAFT mean. So the first is the R, and that really stands for reconciliation and relationship. And in this time of waiting, this sort of enforced Sabbath, as some people are calling it, this really is a time that we can sow into relationships, that we can sow into our relationship with the Lord. And almost like on the Sabbath when we would take communion, you know, that verse talks about how if we've got something against our brother, we need to go and make that right before we take communion. And this is that opportunity, that moment that we can look at our relationships and where there might have been conflict or difficulty, and invest some time in making those relationships right. It may be difficult because it might have to be by Skype or by email, or even by a phone call. But reach out, and maybe it's with the Lord together to take some time to invest in relationships. It can also be investing positively in relationships and asking the Lord, what are some relationships I really need to invest in right now, with partners, with family, that will really set me up to build a steady raft to go into the next season with. So where do you need to sow into relationship? Where do you need to make things right? The A in RAFT stands for affirmation or appreciation. Are there people that you need to honor in this time? People that you need to thank for being with you through all the seasons until now? Just ways that you can show appreciation to others and thank them for their investment in your life so far. That, I think, will really help set you up for the next season as well. The F in RAFT stands for farewell. I recently learned that a favorite place that we go and eat when we go to the Edinburgh airport is Eat. It's a little cafe, and you've seen them everywhere, and I don't think they're going to open after this is all over. And it's like, oh my goodness, I went there the last time. And you'll have things like that in your life that you are having to say farewell to, expectations, things that you wanted to do, people you wanted to see, trips you wanted to take. And I think it's an important part of grief that we name those things and we say farewell to them. So maybe that's making a list of things that you've missed out on, or people that you're missing, or things that you don't get to do, or that you're laying down. And this is all part of these things that we're seeing around the world. There's just a shaking, and things that we relied on, they're just not there. So let's name those, though, because those are difficult and painful, and just bring those to the Lord and ask Him for comfort, and give yourself a chance to say goodbye in some way or another. The last letter is T, and that stands for think destination. And normally that would be about, learning about the new place that you're going to go to, imagining what that's going to be like, finding ways that you can prepare through either learning something new, maybe it's language learning or something like that. But in this season, we're actually kind of coming into something that's a little bit unknown, but we have the Holy Spirit, and we're able to go to God and ask Him, how do we get ready for this next season? And I think it's a part of this word that some of us are hearing about, pruning. And we can be thinking about the destination in thinking about what's the new normal going to be, Lord? What are the things that you have for us and for me in this new season? What are the things that you're asking me to lay down to make room for growth and new life? What are the things that are going to be life-giving in this next season, in this place that we're going to, in this new normal that we're headed for? So ask the Lord, what are the things that you would have me dream about now, or get rid of that are really not giving life for this next season? What are the new rhythms going to be? Some of you have shared about rhythms, and ask the Lord, what would be the new rhythms for the next season and the new normal? So I hope that encourages you a little bit today, and I'm just excited to see what the Lord will do in this next time and this new normal. Bless you.